the snowman to snow. Well, they just might like to know. Just put a great big smile on somebody's face. If you jump into your bed, quickly cover up your head. Don't you lock the doors, you know the treat Santa Claus is on the way. Oh, well, I wish it could be Christmas every day. When the kids start singing and the band begins to play.
Hello and welcome to the Over and Back Classic NBA podcast. I am Jason Mann, and we are continuing our Over and Back tradition of holiday specials with live commentary of a classic game or event. Last year we did Space Jam. Previously we also did one of Kobe's famous 60-point games and Michael Jordan's 63-point performance against the Celtics in 1986. This year, we're going with one of the great classic games of all time. It is the Game 7 of the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals between the 76ers and the Celtics. And it'll be me and, of course, my co-host Rich, and also joining us, as they have for the previous 2 years, is Reinis Lacis of the Handle podcast, and Curtis Harris of Pro Hoops History and Sixers History. So you can watch the game along with us. I'll give you the cue of when the game will exactly start if you want to watch along with us, or you can just listen along and hear our ramblings on an assorted amount of subjects as well as the game. We sometimes stay on track with the game, sometimes we don't, but it's a lot of fun. Hopefully it's fun for you to listen. We want to thank everyone for listening and for their support over the years. If you want to give us a rating or a review on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast as a holiday present, we wouldn't mind. So anyway, thanks for listening. And if you're watching along with the game, you can start right now. We are here. We have Kevin Lockery and Dick Stockton telling us about all the excitement of the 1981 NBA Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics and the Sixers in a classic battle, one of the greatest games in NBA history, as it is often said. And we are back with our terrific Over and Back holiday special, the fourth year in a row. We got some great usual guests, and Rich, glad to be doing this again.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite traditions that we do here on Over and Back, and it's we did Kobe's 81. We've done some Christmas games. This one's pretty fun too because I've kind of in doing a little bit of research of this or watching this game. This is a game that I've never seen the whole way through, but I'm really excited because we've watched a lot of junk and we've just done stuff to get drunk, like Kobe's 81 or whatever. But this is gonna be a fun one to really check out. I'm still planning on sipping a little of the drink as we go on here, but sure. I'm excited for this to actually be a good game, and it'll be much better than Space Jam, which was an abortion to cinema, but this will be much better. So, yes,
we start ourselves on a rousing note there, Rich.
I'm sorry, we'll say shit sucks. I mean,
that's all right. No, I certainly agree. So
we're all entitled to our opinion.
We're all entitled to our opinion. That's true. So, even about the Steve Miller Band.
Okay, all right. Let's.
All right. Well,
just try to keep things civil for the first 10 minutes or so.
Really quickly, just wanted to, because like I said, in the prior years we've done Kobe's 81, and we took a drink every time Kobe shot. Do we have a drinking game for this one? Anything that you had in mind? Because I have a rough idea of one we could possibly do.
I say every time that Bobby Jones embarrasses Larry Bird, we'll take a drink. So.
Okay, I like that one. I was also thinking guys landing on the floor because I think it's going to happen a lot. Or anytime Dick Stockton makes a thinly veiled racist remark, you can take a drink too. So we might be pretty drunk by the time it's over, but it depends how much you guys want to party. So it's
all right. Fair enough. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, legendary referee Daryl Garrison.
Yes, Jake O'Donnell and Jack Madden, the alternate referee back in the days of just the two
alt. Yeah.
Yes.
So what did the alt guy do? Did he sit or where was he? Just.
Probably just at the scores table, I guess.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, was he just kind of hanging back there? Yeah.
Checking in on Sea Caucus, probably.
Yeah, there you go.
Fly back to Caucus,
yeah, right. Yeah, we'll go fly back and get the video replay. That yeah.
Not enough coaches drinking soda on the sidelines anymore. I do like the canned soda
Yeah.
thing that we
Jason
got.
Kidd kind of killed that, I
I was
guess.
just about to say Jason Kidd probably ruined that forever.
All right.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Parrish actually looking young. He's only like 50 years old during this game. So.
And he had the mustache. I don't know if he caught that.
That'll age anybody. Yeah, the mustache will age anybody, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. Dawkins and Burt having a friendly little moment there. So, yeah, I discovered recently that Larry Bird actually born 1 month before Daryl Dawkins, despite the fact that, of course, Dawkins was in the league for like 5 more years before Bird joined the.
Is that Frank Layden?
No.
Okay, no.
A little too old, I think, and not hefty enough to be Frank Layden at the time. So, looks like an older version of Frank Layden, though. So
yeah.
Oh, good. No matter what era of NBA, jump ball is always a horrible, horrible play that's never done properly. Great.
Yeah. There we go.
At least they do it quick. Like,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
he's got it back and tossed it right up. Nowadays, they got to push everybody around and everything.
yeah. Everyone's got to do the jostling. They should just get like a tube that just launches in the air. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can get the tube out of the way in time. Like this.
Yeah.
2018. Like, what are we doing here?
Magic tube.
And a
Why don't
jump
we have
ball.
more magic tubes? It's 20.
Another jump ball.
Yeah,
Perfect.
nice. All right. This is why this game's considered a classic, because it's nothing but jump balls the entire time.
Yeah.
Harkening back to the 40s.
All right, I'm out here,
professional
guys. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Maybe
All
that's
right.
a drinking game. Not for a jump
Yeah,
ball.
it's under the
Yeah, there you go. All right. I'll do 2 for now. So, got to catch
All
up.
right,
after all.
we got Bucci bringing the ball up.
Oh, yeah.
Lionel Hollins. Just a lot of talent in this game.
There is. We got Caldwell Jones, of course, Dr. J, and Daryl Dawkins on the Sixers, and the Celtics. We've got Archibald, we've got Bird, of course, Parrish, Cedric Maxwell, and Chris Ford.
Rick Roby as well.
Yeah.
Not in the game, but yeah. Let's not.
He's not in the game yet.
Yeah, let's not. We don't want to blow off a Rick Roby. Right now, we want to wait until it gets into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an expression, right? Yeah. Blow over Rick Roby. That's
Rick
what some
Roby.
people say. Yeah. That's what people say for sure. Yeah. Missing a freebie. So
What's fun about this game too, and I always love this, is like an all-time great series. It's seen 2 all-time great teams. We talked about the talent, and then on the other side of the ledger, you got the Western Conference, where you have 2 teams like under.
Oh my god! Yeah,
like battling in like a not very fun series at all, and Houston just kind of limps into the finals, and they got like a 40-42 record. Like it's so weird. And then like on the East, it's like these 2 amazing juggernaut teams that would, dominate the league in a lot of ways. So the rest of the, dominate the conference, I should say, for the rest of the decade in a lot of ways, and be big teams for the next, 4 or 5 years or whatnot. And the other West is like Houston and the Kansas City Kings.
Scott Webber, the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
they're actually competitive series. Like in the first round, the Rockets upset the Lakers, and then like the little 3-game mini series,
Right.
and then the Kings and the Suns had a 7-game series. That was pretty good. I think the Spurs and Rockets also had a 6 or 7-game series. But yeah, then the conference finals, it's just like shit.
Right.
We had 2 40 and 42 teams for the conference finals. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah.
Imagine the hot takes that happen one of these days. Like, I can't even. Or would people enjoy it? I feel maybe people would enjoy it because they would say, there's parity in the NBA. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It would depend on how fun the teams were, I guess.
True.
Well, the Kings had Scott Wedman, so.
So that's true. Yeah. People would love Scott Wedman today. Absolutely.
Ernie Grunfeld as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow,
that was
Slam it, Sam Lacey.
Yeah. That was kind of a fun team.
Otis Bird song. That Kings team kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. They still had Ford, right? Yeah, Phil Ford was still there? Okay.
Oh, yeah. 360 layups on the break.
Right.
How many years was what? 2 more years then when they were in KC, or 1 more year for
I think
85.
4.
They
Yeah,
moved
4
to
or
85. So
Yeah.
So I mean, they weren't particularly good again, I don't think. I think that was kind of like obviously they were 40 and 42, so how good were they? But they didn't really follow up with much on that. And I know, Birdsong got traded, Ford was injured and wasn't really effective very much longer. So, but they were definitely for a while, they were like the backcourt of the future.
Didn't they once miss the playoffs with like 46 wins in a whole another year, which is
That was
another act of weirdness?
Hold on a minute, Tiny. Anybody just knows Tiny?
Oh man, that was weird.
A blatant travel here. This is BS. This game's
Yeah.
Well, Lionel Hollins was like all over his feet, so
That's true.
Yes.
probably could have called a foul on that.
Curtis, I thought you'd be a Sixers guy. What are you?
No, I'm just trying to be, objective of what's happening.
No, you're not allowed to be objective anymore.
Yeah. This is Boston, Philly. We can't be objective here.
All right, well, everything is happening for
fashion.
Boston's bullshit. So,
Yeah.
that Cedric Maxwell layup, totally illegal. Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, both these teams were 62 and 20 this year. So same record. They had played in the conference finals the year before. Philly had won. I think that was a 5-game series. That was Bird's rookie year. The interesting thing about the Celtics, this is the first year where, Parrish had joined the team. McHale had joined the team. He was coming off the bench. So this was kind of the formative year. That first year they were really good. When Bird was a rookie, they had Cowens and Maravich, but both those guys actually retired in training camp. So they almost had Cowens back and Maravich back. It'd be interesting to see the alternate history of how. Cowens could still go, so they might have been just fine, but it's it's sort of an interesting what if Cowens had stayed for another year.
Yeah, I'm glad you said Cowens could still go because
yeah, Maravich was okay when on the Celtics, if I recall correctly. He kind of got back in shape and was okay guy to come off the bench. It was no longer a star, obviously, but was still effective in the right role kind of thing. But I couldn't misremember.
Had the taxi driver experience, so I guess he could have been the designated driver for Bird and Roby. That designated to us.
That would have been good.
Chiming in with how many Roby fun facts do we have, or can we expect? Do you have I can't wait.
He's a drinker and he's white.
That's all you got.
Yeah. Well, that's enough.
There's a lot we can do with that, though. That's
enough for 80 stardom right there. Yeah. So.
I think I looked at the place where he is from, and give me a second, but it was like the typical place from which you would expect a white 6'11" stiff. It's Coral Gables, Florida, and my knowledge of the USA obviously is not strong enough, but that sounds like a place I would expect a Rick Roby to come from.
Apologies to all the people listening from Coral Gables, Florida.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. Reinis does not know what he speaks, so I know.
Yeah, I've never been, so I can't say for sure. But
I've been to Florida, but not Coral Gables. So I
actually, you know what? Ray? I think it's. I'm looking at other NBA players from Coral Gables. We got Shane Battier, we got Alonzo Mourning,
wow,
Jeb Bush, the governor.
Yeah, typical white drinkers, all of them.
Yeah.
That's about it. Not much else in Coral Gables. Yeah, I've never been. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That's our Coral Gables portion of the show. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. It's brought to you by the Coral Gables. Never mind. I'm not going to do that joke. I was going to do a tourism board joke, but
it's my first side of Rick Roby.
Yeah, Rick Roby and Fernstein too. I've got a few Fernstein facts for us, so it's going to be exciting. Yeah, I know. We're all eager to see those for sure.
I hope we get commercials in this. Damn it. Okay.
No.
Hondo.
Havlicek. Yeah. And Beth Havlicek. She was certainly one of the many things you remember about breaks of the game is that the other players' wives complaining about all the cutaways to her during the game.
Well,
yeah.
I want the ratings,
Well, she's a fine-looking woman.
Yeah.
She's very pretty. No question about that.
He definitely married up for sure. Cause,
yeah.
Not that he's a bad looking, but
No.
Yeah.
Hondo's got a nice personality.
Right. So he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. Yeah.
Sure. Hey, he's an Ohio State legend, so we don't disparage. He's a handsome man too. Is what I'm saying. Just want to make that clear. As a Columbus boy,
So this is an attempt at a 3-1 comeback. Would be the last one we'd ever see in history. So, thankfully, no team would ever do that ever again. Lose, go up 3-1 and then lose. So we'd never have to hear about it ever again.
This was the third attempt at that, I believe. The first one was Boston and Philly in '68. The other
have no idea what you're
was
talking about. That
that
That's fake news, man.
Yeah.
Newspaper at the time, the clippings, stuff gets lost in translation and whatnot. So I'm sure.
Was the other Washington San Antonio, or am I?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bullets came back, and that was the first time actually. Bullets came back. And beat the
right.
Spurs.
That was exactly.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and retroactively declare the '68 Sixers the champions.
Back-to-back NBA champions.
Yeah, way to go. Yeah.
Pretty legendary there, Wilt stayed in Philly, and they rattled off they were the dynasty for the rest of the early '70s as well. So we don't get any Willis Reed heroics either. So changes the NBA history for a lot. Yeah. Hey, Dawkins is playing real well so far. He's
Yeah, he's about it. Everybody else is missing a lot of shots here, but Dawkins is looking pretty good. So
yeah, Dawkins is looking nice. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hollins has already missed
a little behind the. Oh,
Mo got a little fancy, but couldn't finish.
Yeah. No.
Caldwell
on the ball. I probably don't want to be dribbling that ball. That's probably
Yeah, Caldwell Jones is best like catch and dunk or one dribble and a hook.
Yeah.
More than one
dribbles and a hook.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, got a little fancy there.
Yeah.
Didn't. All right.
Oh, there we go. Our first hard screen. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's start because we've been brawling this entire series too.
There we go.
This has been chippy.
Not a good pass. Yeah.
Oh, thankfully nobody can actually capitalize on that. So
no.
A lot of loose balls. There we go.
Get out of the way. Get out of his way. Oh.
There we go. Goaltending there.
Yeah, that should have been goaltending, I think.
It was, yes.
If you would show a game to someone in 2018 who would know nothing about these two teams, I think he would assume that Daryl Dawkins is like a Hall of Famer.
I think so, yeah.
He certainly has that effect sometimes when he has a great game.
He just looks like so physically bigger that like when he was coming down the court there, Mo Cheeks looks like a child next to him, like like a literal because like Dawkins is just so huge and but he can't hit the free throws. But yeah, he's tall, he's huge, he's just wide. It's just he looks like a man among boys. So
yeah, and when he's on, he was really impressive and could do a lot. It was just the kind of the effort waned there, and the focus and all that good stuff. Bearish turnaround, not quite that.
Not great. We promise this is a very good game, and it's gonna get.
There's a lot of desperation. There's
definitely.
It's a competitive game. Yeah, tip and dunk.
No, I mean, it's huge things too because Philly, they make the NBA Finals the year prior. They lose to the Lakers. They're trying to get back there. They haven't won a title, and God, 67 was the last time.
68, I believe.
68.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, we just talked about that. Yeah, right. Of course.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Their versus back. But then, and then the Celtics. I mean, what was it for them? What had been? I mean, a pretty big drought for them. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, right.
It's been 5 whole years since they won a title.
Yeah, right. Poor babies.
Yeah, right. So, Curtis, are we retroactively giving the Sixers a 77 title too while we're at it, or are we not going to do that?
I think we are. They were up 2-0, so yes.
I think okay.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So
it was a 2-game series. They would have won. So,
right. Well, that seems fair. Hey, Houston beat the Lakers in a 3-game series, so it just seems fair.
Exactly.
So
I always do that when I play NBA 2K. Like I put when I do like a franchise or whatever, I always make the first round like a 1 game or like a best of 3 because then it just causes madness. Then exactly like the NBA did in this year, where it's just the 3-game series just causes madness. There's just like teams that have no right being where they are and stuff. So.
Yeah, you get what everybody wants, which is the Kansas City Kings and Houston Rockets conference finals. Yeah.
Man, that's like the 3rd goaltending call.
Yeah. This is getting excited there. Parrish just can't
that's
keep
just bad. Jeez.
Yeah, no. A couple of those were borderline a little bit, but Tiny was nice move there.
Tiny. Yeah. Let's go, Tiny.
Yeah. Looking spry there, old man.
Here comes Bobby. Get him.
There we go. Nice. Yeah. All right.
He in Game 6, I was watching some highlights from there. He's throwing down some monster ducks in Game 6. Like Bobby Jones rules. Like I never quite appreciated him as much as I had. This week, watching the build up to this game or watching as much as I could. From the rest of the series, I really come to appreciate him a lot more.
Yeah, like when earlier this year, when they unveiled his sculpture at the Sixers practice facility, like the guys were out there in front of there just talking like, man, that Bobby Jones. When he got on the break, these guys just all made like faces like stink faces when somebody dunks real hard.
Yeah. I mean,
it was like, when Bobby got on the break, and it is like make the face. It was just.
Because right there, it kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, you see that fast break, and it's like, oh, passing to Bobby. And then all of a sudden he elevates. You're like, oh, shit, okay, all right. And then in game 6, I forget what it was. There's something where he just drives to the middle of the lane and just fucking throws it down over like 3 guys. It's just like, no, okay, I got it. Like, it wasn't even like a break. It was really awesome to see him.
And currently locking down Bird the first 2 possessions.
Yeah, he has,
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't seen much from the doctor yet. Am I?
No, he's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think he heats up fairly soon, but
no spoilers.
Yeah, please, come on.
No.
I want to see who pulls away.
Yeah. Would have been another finish. Would have been another great dunk if.
I think the ref still got bell bottoms on. That's nice.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is 1981, but
there's no point in getting new pants yet. I mean, there's still Oh, those are definitely they're definitely bell bottoms.
Yeah.
Adjusting the belt.
Yeah. It's a nice collar there too. Let's see.
Oh,
here it is.
Rick Roby
It's
is.
Roby
All right.
time.
The man, the legend.
All right, Reinis, you take the floor. It's all you.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
the
Doc's got it right now.
team.
Yeah.
Seen enough of Roby. All right, that's enough of that.
All right. That's it. Yeah.
You had one job.
We already shared our Roby facts. I guess that's all we did. Carl Gables, white guy.
Kentucky.
Yeah, went to Kentucky. Drinking buddy with Burke. Yeah, definitely did. He was he was the number 6 pick in that same draft that Bird was number 3. Is that right, or am I getting them mixed up?
He was 3rd, if I remember correctly.
He was 3rd, and Bird was 6th.
Bird was 6th. Yeah, it was Michael. So I just popped up Michael Thompson, the aforementioned Phil Ford, Rick Roby, and then Michael Ray Richardson was after him.
Okay, and Roby went to the Pacers, right?
He was Pacers initially, yeah,
and then eventually he got to the Celtics,
right?
So the Pacers should have drafted Bird, and they drafted Roby, and then they ended up sending Roby to Boston anyway. So
right.
Someone should do a complete list of the badass guys you could have taken instead of all these white stiffs that drafted in the 70s. I mean, it happened every year.
It's called the Hall of Fame. It's called the Basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'll just say that the Pacers management back in the late 70s and early 80s, not that great.
No.
Really, a lot of dumb trades.
Really among the worst. Yeah, I mean, they had Alex English. They had Dantley for a while. They had a lot of guys.
They had George McGinnis twice.
Well, yeah.
That's how they got rid of Alex English. They traded him for George McGinnis, which was, I love George McGinnis, but that wasn't a good trade at that point.
No, that was not even Slick Leonard said, maybe we could have gotten a year or 2 out of him. But, that was not it was time for Slick to go when he left.
And also,
as a GM,
let's not forget trading a very high 1984 NBA draft pick for Tom Owens, which I don't know if the draft wasn't. I mean, there wasn't that many good players in it, really. I mean, after the top 7 or 8 guys,
right?
You know how they lost Billy Knight.
I don't remember. Something stupid, I'm sure. Yeah,
Rick Roby.
Oh. There you go. Well, you gotta go with Roby. Gotta go with your heart, and your heart says Rick Roby. You gotta go with it. It was kind of understandable they didn't take Bird at the time, given they would have had to wait a year and they were kind of in an emergency situation. So I kind of get that, but yeah, the other ones.
The Tom Owens ones is pretty tough. That's not great. But
that trade was like 4 years before the draft, wasn't it?
Yeah, but weren't they bad? They were already bad, weren't they?
I think they were okay-ish that year. I don't. Again, I'd have to look, but
I guess this is the day where they're like,
we're getting far from a little bit, but there we go. Yes, Roby gets blocked.
Well, no, Rick Roby, he's doing stuff. We're talking about Rick Roby here,
Yeah, that's true.
While y'all was talking about the Pacers, I just like to note that Bobby Jones hit a baseline jumper.
All right, thank you very much. More germane to the game.
Duly noted.
Yes.
Just want to make sure that people notice. Yeah.
Okay. We will definitely, anytime Bobby Jones does something worth noting, we will.
I'll drink to that. I'm going to drink every time Bobby Jones does something. So
yeah, I would.
Oh my God, Rick!
Oh, stop.
The rim doesn't move, Rick. It's always there.
It's alwain at one spot. Yeah,
Might have had a few before the game.
Yeah, I was like, Rick Rubby's drunk right now.
Nice hook by Caldwell there.
Look at this insurmountable 9-point lead from the Sixers.
Yeah.
I mean, they got it. I mean, I think
obviously we don't even need to watch the
champagne.
game.
Yeah, get the champagne ready. It's good to go. So
right, yeah. I would say that I would perhaps take note about a situation in which Larry Bird took advantage of Bobby Jones, but we know that no such thing has ever happened. So there's no
didn't take
to...
it. Bobby Jones let him do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Bobby went for the steal, and Bird got lucky.
That's what I'm saying. Bobby Jones has never been taken advantage of by Larry Bird before. That's all I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, Curtis. It's not like Steve Miller Band. We're actually agreeing on this issue. So.
Yeah, just like Steve Miller Band.
Right.
So Cedric, you guys, but if people that are listening don't know, Game 6, Cedric Maxwell, he got in a little bit of a tiff with the member of the crowd. They actually shoved him down. It actually was pretty brutal looking little fight. But he got fined, but he was of course able to play in this game, which is interesting. I don't know that in today's NBA you'd be able to go into the crowd, shove a fan, and then play the next game. In Game 7 in the next game, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious what the fan said to him because it must have been something pretty heinous because the rest of it looked pretty innocuous.
Yeah, there's some theories that he threw something at him or stabbed him with a pencil, I think is the one thing I saw. What? And if you look, you can see the guy sort of gesture, and I don't know if he's just kind of punching air at him or if he does actually throw something at him, but you see Cedric kind of turn around and then something said, and then Cedric's just like, oh no, no, and then he just runs in there and shoves him. The guy probably was an asshole, so that's probably why they didn't, suspend him. They were probably like, that guy's a jerk anyway, so.
Yeah. Billy Cunningham, Sixers legend, of course. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, kind of gets overlooked a little bit in the great coaches because I guess the career wasn't particularly long in terms of his coaching career, but yeah, he had a lot of success, obviously.
Yeah, I looked it up for an article I wrote for the Sixers, and Cunningham, I think it was 8 seasons he coached, and I think the lowest win total was maybe 47 wins, and then everything else was 50-plus wins every year.
Yeah.
What is he up to nowadays?
Wow. Oh, this Roby guy. He's, I'll be, I don't know. I don't know about this guy. This is just a bad matchup. Did they really? They called off.
I think they called offensive foul.
Oh, yeah. He kind of pushed him on the arm a little bit.
Steve Mix.
There we go. We got Steve Mix. Nice.
I think enjoy this. I don't think this lasts long, right? The Steve Mix
I don't believe the Steve Mix experience lasts too long in this game.
He has 8 minutes in this game. I won't spoil anything else that he does in this, but it is a
this is getting toward late in his career.
Yeah. I think it's sad that Steve Mix spent so many years, with these great Sixers teams, but falling just short, and then the year he goes to the Lakers is the year that the Sixers finally win the title. So,
that's kind of sad how that worked out.
Yeah.
I kind of don't feel sad for anyone who jumped to the Lakers and didn't get a title, but that's just me.
Well, you know what?
Steve didn't jump to the Lakers. He was at the end of his run. Kind of moved on from him.
Yeah, you're right. It was more of he happened to be in that situation as opposed to he was just running there to get a thing. But I do see your point, Reinis. I get you there.
And I'll cut him some slack, but yeah.
Well, we do love Steve Mixer. There's no question about it. But,
sure, yeah. Wow, what a rebound!
Yeah.
He really cleared everyone out of that one.
Yeah.
He might have elbowed Larry with that one.
Yeah.
Just clearing out with some elbows.
He's trying to get a triple double. He wants that rebound. He's got to get that.
We're really going to Rick Roby a lot here. Really,
they are.
It's Roby time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Kevin McHale on the bench.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Larry Bird should get some more touches. I don't know. It's just a lot. Yeah.
Holland's not having a great game so far. Missed a lot of shots. Also, not great shots he's taken so far.
Bobby.
Oh, there we go. Bobby. Nice.
Right. Take it. Don't, man. He leaks out.
Yeah.
He's a leaker. This Bobby Jones.
Yeah. Put it on his tombstone.
All right.
He's a leaker.
Yeah. Put that nickname on Basketball Reference. The leaker.
Yeah, we'll have to add that one.
Guys, I don't think it probably wouldn't take too long for Bobby Jones to
get that one. Yeah,
let's see what else they have for Bobby Jones then.
Wow. See, I told you, Caldwell Jones. One dribble in the hook or go straight up with it.
There we go. Bread and butter.
Imagine what a Jones brother pickup game looked like when they were growing up.
It's like 3 of them made it to the NBA, right?
I thought it was one just in the ABA?
Well, Caldwell was in the ABA too. It was
Major Jones?
There were
it was
4,
Major.
right?
It
Yeah.
was Will. I think
And Charles.
that's it. Oh yeah, Charles.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not the Charles Jones who won a ring with the Rockets. Or was that him?
I think it was him.
I think that might have been him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Okay,
was
then
him.
then the other one, the Louisville one, is not the right Charles Jones. There are definitely 2 Charles Joneses in the 80s, and both are big guys.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to look this up now because
I am pretty sure that the Charles Jones who was with the Rockets is the same Charles Jones who's his brother. But
Okay, sounds correct.
I'm like 93% sure about that.
Ooh, a little Cool in the Gang leading us into the.
no.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it is a celebration. A celebration of Over and Back's holiday special. Larry O'Brien.
You have problems with
Yeah.
Cool in the Gang?
No, I love Cool in the Gang.
I love Cool in the Gang. What do you?
Jason
Okay,
does.
I don't think Jason doesn't hate Cool in the Gang because
No, Jason does hate Cool in the Gang. I don't know why.
I do not hate Cool in the
You
Gang.
do. You've mentioned it many times on the show.
I adore Cool in the Gang.
Oh, speaking of drunk, yeah.
Ted Getty, speaking of celebration, maybe celebrating later.
Too soon? Is that too soon?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I think we're okay. Yeah.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, we got Kevin McHalen, you know.
All right, so I
We
checked
know-
the Basketball Reference. The Charles Jones from the Rockets is the brother of Caldwell Jones.
Okay.
So,
Right.
And so did 4 of them play in the
yep.
NBA? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Charles, Caldwell, Major, and Will. But Will with 1 L, not 2.
Right.
I've been super impressed by Archibald in this game as well. You know, there's kind of the narrative that, you know, he had sort of slowed down a little bit by this point, but he's like, fuck, I mean, he's slicing and dicing and on the fast breaks. I'm really impressed what he's done so far in this game. I mean, he's controlled the pace for sure.
Yeah. He does like those 18-foot jumpers.
Yeah, well, you know, we all love our.
I mean, you know, sure. Hey, you know, we didn't know a good shot back then.
I do enjoy that, like the point guard. They just like because Cheeks has done it a lot of times too. They just like their goal is just like go as fucking fast as possible, try to get to the basket and see what happens. I mean, like there's really not a lot else. It's just like if they miss a shot, like go run right away. And it's like it's funny that like people have decided that like real basketball is what we saw in the late '90s or whatever. And it's like I mean, guys were playing this style like this forever, and like it was
Yeah,
like
the running game
back up, that sort of shit. I mean, the running game was what basketball was forever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of great teams were built on it as well.
Right.
Yeah, so
You knew he was in trouble on that last play. Caldwell Jones got shook by that one dribble from Robert Parrish.
yeah,
That's when you get in trouble. He does that one little dribble, then he turns and does that turnaround.
yeah. Oh, and Milk Arzen, back when he actually did play, before he was literally just did the towel.
Towel waving days.
Yeah, he was good for a while. He was a fairly good player for a few years.
Yeah, even in
Detroit.
Yeah, the Pistons. Yeah, he had a couple of good years there.
Didn't he have some sort of signature steal for the Pistons in the playoffs or something? Or was that Chris Ford?
I was about to say, are we sure the Pistons made the playoffs at that point?
I think they did in '76 or something like that.
They did, but
I think he was in the
at that point.
I don't think so, because I think he was in the ABA at that point.
All right, he was with the Spirits or something.
Yeah,
He's with the Spirits.
So
I don't think he got to the Pistons by the time they were still good. Or excuse me, they sucked, but when he finally got to them.
Then it must have been Chris Ford, I think.
do you remember what series that was?
No,
Like,
just the fact that they had this one series, and just like I've always admired the what was the name of the Miracle in Richfield or whatever, the one thing Cleveland was proud of for like 50 years.
Right.
Still, it really hasn't changed much. I mean, they got the they got one title, but pretty much that's kind of one of the
not a lot in between. Yeah,
that's literally like the second best sports moment in Cleveland sports history. So
yeah.
It's not even like it's cool, but it's like, oh, really? That's your achievement?
I don't think I appreciated how long the Pistons were really bad in Detroit. I know they had some good Lanier and Bing years, but that really was 1 or 2 years where they were like even close to high level playoff team. Other than that, they were barely in the playoffs or they were a losing team. So it has a lot of misery in Detroit before the bad boys finally came of age.
Yeah, no, they sucked. Like once they moved from Fort Wayne to Detroit, it was just, except for like you said, a couple of years, they were just bad till the mid '80s.
Yeah, the Royals franchise as well had a lot of tough years. They did, as you mentioned, they were able to make the conference finals this year. And actually, speaking of them, that Kings and Suns series you're talking about, that actually was almost a 3-1 comeback by the Suns, but the Kings were able to take it in Game 7 in Phoenix in that series.
Well, that's embarrassing for Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, you hit Ford and Birdsong, you just can't resist it.
I'm interested in this Panasonic home video recorder that we were advertising here on the.
Wow.
Try to get myself one of them this Christmas. Hopefully, we'll see. I asked for one. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
so parents choose Panasonic when you're looking for home video recorders. So we'll see.
Absolutely, that totally makes sense. Mikhail's very skinny here, which is not a huge surprise. He's still young, but yeah.
Yeah, this was his and also Andrew Toney's rookie season.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Speaking of Tony,
right on time.
Yeah.
You've memorized all
really
games. Curtis is an encyclopedic memory of every play from every Sixers game in history, which is incredible. So
it's very impressive. Yeah,
especially from the '68 finals when they tore the Lakers apart.
Yeah. Right. And the dramatic, 2-0 victory in the '77 finals.
Oh, who can forget that?
I know.
Yes, and the wonderful celebration by Daryl Dawkins that you tearing out all the toilets in happiness as as his team had won the championship.
Started a tradition, celebratory toilet destruction.
Yes.
Oh, Tony guy, look at that.
Yeah, nice.
I picked up Drive before we started watching this, and Larry Bird called him the other guard besides Michael Jordan he was the most scared of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, obviously his effectiveness was cut short, by the injuries and stuff. But obviously he was fantastic. I mean, really, we talk a lot about how the Celtics, were able to, get McHale in the draft and get Parrish in the draft, and were able to take advantage of bad teams and get good draft picks and things like that. But the Sixers drafted really well in the late '70s, early '80s. I mean, I think wasn't Cheeks a second rounder and getting Tony. I mean, they got some really important contributors. In some, spots where you wouldn't normally get those guys. I mean, they really landed on a couple of those that, and Barkley, of course, that's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they swindled. I think,
that Cleveland?
Clippers? I think it was the Clippers.
It was the Clippers. You're right. Yeah, it was the Clippers. Yep.
Yeah, they did
that's
the trade.
Right.
So I forget the player. They traded somebody to the Clippers and got the pick that became Barkley.
That's right.
Perhaps Harvey Catchings?
Oh, that might have been
Thinking of guys who played both for Philly and the Clippers.
Was that Worby Free trade? That was a Worby Free trade, I think.
Oh yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, because Free did go to the Clips. Oh my God, that's a rare bad play by Cheeks.
Yeah,
but he got fouled, so of course that's how it happened.
Yeah, exactly. So
something else. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Crap the fouls on Cheeks. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bummer.
Just stepping over each other like we're a bunch of Celtic stiffs.
Yeah, we're a bunch of Rick Robies here, I was just going to ask, are there any, I was thinking that I can't really think of any like classic books on this era for either the Celtics or the Sixers. I mean, there's some good bios here and there. The Bird autobiography, the Dr. J autobiography, but I was just wondering if you guys had read any, books on this era for either of these teams that you would, give a strong recommendation to.
Nope.
I'm typing in Rick Roby Goodreads as we speak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any ones that have really been
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, it's not like I just don't know of any books. So
Yeah, I mean, I know there were some written during the time, but obviously, like the Jeff Pearlman, Showtime book a few years ago. Anything that would not necessarily on that level because that's a pretty exhaustive look, but anything in the looking at either of these teams. I mean, there's the Jack McCallum Unfinished Business book, which is the '92 season for the Celtics, which talks about kind of the end of the dynasty and obviously includes some of the stuff from their classic years, but. Especially for the Celtics as celebrated as there are, I'm surprised there hasn't been a book on that level. The Sixers are a little bit less surprising, just because they don't have as much glorification. Although I know, Curtis, you're doing your best to change that, but yeah, it just kind of, when I was thinking about it, just kind of surprised me. Like, oh yeah, there's nothing really out there that has really tried to do that.
And both books by Larry are kind of good on a personality level, but he kind of skips over important stretches in his career. Like he dedicates one page to a title, and that's pretty much it. And it seems like there could be much better stories there, but he never, I think, had a thing for that.
Yeah, I don't. In the autobiographies, you're dealing with. I mean, they're good, and a lot of them are good. Some of them not so good. The Daryl Dawkins one is not good, by the way. Don't read his autobiography. But that's one of the few books that I will just out and out say don't read. Even bad ones, generally, I'll say okay, you take something out of it, and it's good. But that one, don't read that one. So.
I'll nominate Shaq's rookie book, Shaq Attack, as one that you should not read, by the way.
Rookie year. Yeah.
it's rookie, but that's a lot of perspective going into that one.
Right.
Yeah.
I was good in high school. Then I went to LSU. I was also good. Now I'm on Orlando. I am good.
I think I may have that one on my shelf over here. Actually, I have not read it, but I'll make sure to skip it. Then
I think one thing that also plays into a lot of books is it would be like this era of the Sixers, of course, would be pretty fascinating to kind of dig into a little bit, but it would take the Sixers being really good and winning a few championships now for people that I think want to be inspired of, hey, let's write a book about the Philadelphia 76ers history or whatever. Because I just don't know that there's always the marketability of NBA history books. And I get it. I wish there was a lot more. There's just obviously not. And because, there's this marketability issues. And that's why I think you go back to the Lakers and the Celtics and all that sort of much. But if you really look at a lot of eras of NBA history are just not covered in books as nearly as much as they should. I mean, even the 90s Bulls is just these Jordan autobiographies. But really, other than the Jordan rules, which again is kind of largely focused on Jordan, there's not a lot about just everything else.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was a hell of a block.
That was nice.
Is there anyone in this game who would make a better book than Kevin McHale? Because that would be my nomination.
As long as he doesn't write it, I'd probably.
But he's the funny type who would provide the stories for the journalist. That was my.
Sure, you just got to filter some of his BS, but
Yeah.
No, if it got into his GM career, his coaching career, that'd be awesome. So.
He'd be fascinating. The revelation of his politics would make me less interested in that book now, but but yes, I definitely think given all the stuff that you guys discussed, that would be interesting for sure.
I think I have the Tiny Archibald biography, or no, I haven't rolled it. Never mind, I didn't have a Tiny Archibald one. It's Earl Monroe. Sorry, never mind.
Oh yeah,
I think there is.
I was unaware there was a Tiny Archibald.
Yeah, I would read that if that existed.
I would too.
No results on the Roby book, by the way.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
There's an opening there.
I guess.
There's
right.
Really a market.
Guess we'll have to, maybe write an oral history together. The Rick Roby experience. 6 great years in the NBA. Yeah.
Right.
I will say, Tiny does have an Instagram, and he is very good at wishing happy birthday to everybody.
Oh, that's good.
He's got pictures with lots of different people.
Yeah.
Wow.
You will be surprised.
Right
he's got a picture for every birthday. He's like, "Happy birthday to so and so." There's a picture of Tiny with the person.
Are they famous people or regular people or mixed?
No, like basketball.
Okay.
So not random celebrity, but they're all basketball related.
Okay. But, people we would know.
Yeah, but he gets around. He's got a photo for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, he's always at the alumni stuff. I feel like in the All-Star stuff, and he's always among the names listed. He gets interviewed, quite a bit still. Yeah, I feel like he's around. I know he's had some health issues recently, but yeah.
I appreciate the organization to just be like, all right, it is, this man's birthday. And then how does he have these logged in his computer or whatnot? I'm very curious.
Yeah.
they all on his phone? Like, who's? Yeah,
they seem still too.
Maybe as a calendar. Yeah.
Second to last picture is with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Not too shabby.
Right?
Yeah.
Some Russell Westbrook here as well.
Oh.
Oscar Robertson. Whoa.
See?
I told you.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish there were some early 70s a little bit, but I wish there were. I mean, among the things that I would love to see footage of is like Tiny Archibald, like his first few years in the league before the knee injuries really slowed him down. Because I just can imagine what a tour de force he was, and that would be fun to see more of. I mean, obviously, we as Rich talked about, we see flashes here and there, but just what a whirlwind he was early on in his career in particular.
Wishing a very happy birthday to wrestling legend Hulk Hogan.
Oh wow!
So
there you go. Nice.
Everybody.
Wow. Well, good for Tiny.
Derek Jeter. He got like a half crack of a smile out of Kawhi Leonard on June 29th. If you're looking,
nice.
It is
Ottawa with a nice hook shot there.
It is. So go. Okay, I'm going to link this into the chat. This is the most uncomfortable smile I've ever seen, which is perfect for Kawhi Leonard. It's just like he knows he has to smile, but I don't know if he knows how to smile. So it's like you'll see when you see it. It's odd.
Oh yeah, that's definitely that's like, definitely
human smile.
I've made some motion with my mouth, but that's like the smile that I give when like I see someone who I don't like, I recognize but don't really know, like passing through in the hall. That's like the kind of expression that I give.
Yeah,
it's just sort of like
that thing, and then the nod. You're like, hey,
right?
Yeah, it's like I know you, but I don't know your name.
Really
get away from here.
Like, I acknowledge your presence. I acknowledge that you are a person who I recognize, but beyond that, I wish to not really express anything beyond that. So I see William Fuqua says, happy born day, Kawhi. Tiny, get him to come to the Knicks. NY need help. What's good, my bother? So that's it's a good comment there. We should go back to the game, I suppose, but distracting from from some Jones action right here. Caldwell had a nice little hook there. He's had a pretty energetic little game.
You kind of forget that Billy Cunningham's from New York City, but once you hear the man talk,
yeah. Well, I think Reinis asked earlier. Do you know what Billy Cunningham is up to these days?
Oh yeah. Like on a personal level, I don't know, but he visits the Sixers facility. I think maybe a couple times a year, and so I'm hoping to talk to him in the spring. So,
yeah,
fingers crossed.
Oh, that would be huge.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
He's been pretty reserved, right? After his career, not that much media appearances.
My sense of it is that he after like his basketball career, because remember he did like some executive work with the Miami Heat into the 90s before like the Pat Riley era. But I think once he got done with that, it seems like he's just kind of been a little bit more low key. But he opens up. So I talked to him once before, but he opens up once he thinks you have like a understanding as to what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like he's selective. So
yeah.
By the way, some Eric Fernston action with number 45.
Oh, we got some Fernston here. Okay, nice.
Well, what a trap.
He's gone.
Yeah, there you go.
And leaving his man, and this man scored. So that maybe did not work.
God, Eric.
Yeah, that's all right. That is a beautiful mustache right there.
Yeah.
And the Bobby Jones jump shot didn't count. What a shame.
Yeah.
Game's rigged.
So don't blink here because it only has 1 minute in this game. So we'll have to.
It's not like hug Dr. J's legs. What's it doing?
Yeah. Just drink it in. Yeah, just drink it in. We got.
Yeah.
Look at the jump.
Soak in the action. There you go. Oh.
Whoa! First to the loose ball.
Yeah. What a minute. Yeah. Who could forget? What an incredible minute.
Who could forget? Yes.
What a gritty player.
Yes. So he bounced around. For instance, he played a few games with the Cavs and the Bulls as a rookie in 75 and 76. Then he went to Italy for a while. Then he jumped into Boston, and he slept in a bare mattress during his first months with the Celtics in 79. And then he actually did play a bit after Dave Cowens went out for a while with the hyperextended big toe. And and then Bill Fitch said every player in the league wants to be a lead man, and obviously they can't all be. If Eric continues to improve, he can cement himself as a backup center and power forward in this league. So that's that's ringing endorsement there. But
kind of a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
If you would suck less, you could be a backup.
Yes. So Fernstein or Cedric Maxwell did say one. Eric just needed a chance, and now with Dave out, he's getting it. He gives me fits in practice. What you're seeing now is the real Eric Fernstein. So it's always good. So
he sucks, by the way. Whenever you make those kind of quotes, it means he blows.
Yeah. And Johnny Most said that Eric was one of the few guys who, when Most was hospitalized, he was he came in with a huge floor display. He was one of the few guys who did that as players, and he barely had a relationship with them. So he was a nice guy, apparently. So go, Eric.
That bad. If you're that bad, you got to be a good dude, right?
Yes. So
that's your meal ticket. Yeah, you can't be that bad to be like an ugly person.
Yeah,
in terms of personality.
Sure.
That'd be a great game. That was what I thought would be my best game. Like if I ever, no, of course, but like I'd just be like that guy. You know what I mean? Like the guy's really cool with everybody. I'd be like the Chetty Osman last year on the Cavs. We're just like off the bench, just slap hands and hey, good job. Like just that guy. Like that's
get a paycheck. Like like a.
Right. When you don't have a lot of talent, just being nice is
like, I just want to be like the 12th guy. Like nobody really relies on me. Nobody cares. Like I'm not
good
really
practice player.
Yeah, right. Set some good screens in practice, and they're like, that guy set some screens. Like extra pass guy, I would always like. Even if I had the better shot, I would still do. And they're like, look at that, the extra pass guy. Like he always does the extra pass, and like
he could be an assistant coach one day.
Yeah,
work hard, be nice. It's all good.
That was a nice move by Chocolate Thunder.
Yeah, that was very nice. I agree. Tiny gets tripped.
Yeah, he tripped on his own feet.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. I'm just starting to get back here. For a while there, he was, Curtis was impartial, but now we're
seeing that this is coming out as the game gets tight.
I did want to notice one thing. Mo Cheeks, when he got that block a few minutes ago, he barely aged. Like this is 1981, and Mo Cheeks looks like maybe 4 years older these days. Like he, other than the little bit of the salt and pepper, he's looking pretty good. Otherwise, he's a man that's.
He stays in shape.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You can tell he's in like really, really good shape. Because how old is he now? And like,
he's got to be
55ish.
No, I think he's closer to 60.
That's what I was going to say. I thought he was like 60ish.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But he looks pretty damn good for 60. It's just
yeah. Because he was a rookie in I think 78, 79 was his rookie season. So
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so like 56 or 57 would be when he's born.
Yeah.
If you guys are curious, we have one made 3-pointer this entire game. So
who cares?
The Sixers took 0. They didn't even try one. And the Boston Celtics had an explosion. They took 2. So Chris Ford took 1 and Larry Bird took 1. So
Chris Ford, of course, made the first 3-pointer in NBA history. So,
get that, Caldwell. Look at
that. There we go. Parrish getting shut down here a little bit.
I'm bring that weak stuff in Caldwell's house. Look at this.
Yeah, you do not. You definitely do not. That's the first rule of being in Caldwell's house. Oh, yeah. Getting a little feisty there, Curtis. That's all right, though.
I got to stick up for Caldwell. He's not around anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's goaltending for sure. Yeah, I'm on Team Curtis here. I'm just going to get belligerently drunk and root on the
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Robert
Parrish is really doing some bad job of.
Yeah, he's not really judging the distance whatsoever. Yeah. Like he's swatting everything, but he's also had like 10 goaltending calls. Like,
yeah, I'm not used to him jumping so high too. It's unusual.
Right.
I mean, he's only in the.
Yeah, look at Julius quietly has 13 points.
Yeah. No, he's starting to put it down a little bit here or there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bird, actually, I have not noticed. He's also been relatively quiet despite his production. Like, I feel like they haven't really gone to him like a whole lot. It's kind of,
that's why they don't go to him. Gets blocked all the time.
Right.
Because he sucks. Yeah, he's garbage.
Right. Yeah.
This guy's trash. Overrated. Great white hype my ass. Get him out of here.
Yeah, right.
Bring in Rick Roby. That's the real,
Yeah, exactly.
the real savior. All right.
Bring in the
Bernstein
6'11"
as well.
guy. Oh, there you go.
These
Travel.
guys are falling apart. These
Yeah.
guys are falling apart, baby.
Locking them up.
They're done.
Yep. It's not going to happen.
We got this to a game 7, but the better team's always going to win in these series.
The Celtics need Bill Russell or John Havlicek to win the title. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Yeah.
Oh, good, a jump ball drink.
Drink.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
The fun detail in this season actually was that they played the last season of the last game of the regular season, and if the 76ers had won, this would happened at the Spectrum, actually.
Oh, so the Celtics won the last game of the regular season against the Sixers?
Oh yeah, and that's how they got home court.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also back to the earlier discussion about how the Western Conference sucked this year. The Milwaukee Bucks had 60 wins in the East, and they were the 3rd seed. So,
Yeah.
like the top 3 teams in the NBA were all in the East, and the Sixers played the Bucks in the previous round in a 7-game series. Like it went all to 7. So, Philly really shot themselves in the foot not winning that last game of the season.
Right. Yeah. That's was that a close game or
if I remember right, it was. There was one 7-game series they had that was really brutal with the Bucks. I'm trying to remember. Well, forget remembering. I'm going to Basketball Reference.
Yeah, we don't need to remember anymore. So
Yeah, that was the year. Yeah, the Sixers won 99-98, Game 7 against the Bucks.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I actually meant the final of the regular season game.
The regular season game.
Which
Sorry.
was, 98-94, the Celtics won that game. So, yes, it was close. So, that was a nice pull, Reinis. That was,
All credit to the Larry Bird book.
Well, there you go. That's good. Hey, reading. It's
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah.
Fundamental.
Yeah. That Sixers series obviously is another, or the Sixers Bucks series obviously another. Particularly the Game 7's pretty classic. So, as you talked about, so a lot of good series in this. Yeah, and then that Suns Kings series is also a pretty good one as well. Unfortunately, the finals not so not quite as good this year. I guess we don't want to spoil what happens in the future. So, I mean, it wouldn't be good, obviously, if the Celtics won, because the Celtics would be an embarrassment to basketball, and the Rockets would destroy them. So the only way this to be competitive is if...
Let's get the story straight.
Okay.
Not to ruin it for everybody that doesn't know yet, but Moses Malone did his best, but the Sixers prevailed in 6 games over the Rockets.
Right. Okay. Yes. Understandable, yeah.
Mike Dunleavy Sr. and Chris Ford had a...
God damn it, you beat me. Mike Dunleavy. You got to be quick. You got to be quick with you, Reinis. The slow white stiff. Be quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He had a legendary shootout with Tony in one of the games.
Absolutely. It was classic.
Okay, I know it wasn't crazy. Back in the other playoff series, that was a classic that year. The Rockets and Spurs. Houston won in Game 7 on the road in San Antonio.
Oh, wow.
Calvin Murphy had 42 points in the final game.
That's right.
105-100, Houston.
Yeah, Calvin Murphy stepping up. I mean, was this his last year, or did he have like another?
I think he had
year or
another
two,
year.
maybe. Yeah.
But that was definitely like his last, productive year.
Sure.
I think he didn't get that much burn in the finals, and
that was weird.
I'm not sure whether this is the right year, but I think it might have been the series where he got pissed off that they weren't using him after he had scored those 40-plus points.
Yeah, I know Tom Janovich wasn't happy.
Right.
Oh, look at Mo Cheeks, body of Rick Roby.
Nice.
Man, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Roby drooping his head down.
Yeah, he's
like Charlie Brown, after
he's costing the game, if we're being honest. Yeah.
Really, yeah. Yeah.
What the plus minuses for old
Ooh, look at that. Bobby Jones poked it away from Bird. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful stuff.
I took a look, and Rick Roby was actually picked 3rd overall, which is just an absolute travesty.
Yeah.
One ahead of Michael Ray Richardson. Good God.
Poor Rick Roby. I'm feeling a little bit almost bad for him now, you know?
Yeah, nah, he deserves it.
All right, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know why. I feel like.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't listen to the show and cry or anything. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Wouldn't want that.
I really wish, like, in this upcoming playoffs, they just played out every commercial break with Celebration. Like, it's so much cooler than whatever stupid song they're going to use. You know, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be Celebration. I know that.
I said they've done a better job the last couple of years. They've done like some Earth, Wind, and Fire, Barry White.
Yeah, that's true.
At least on ABC. But it was bad. Those like 2012 and 2013, where they had like those terrible Black Eyed Peas raps.
Yeah, or there was Black Eyed Peas, and then there was like I feel like there was an Imagine Dragons period as well that we don't need to really remember. But the Black Eyed Peas era was real bad.
Yeah,
too much commercial tie-in. It's like give us some good music instead of trying to sell us something.
Yeah,
sure.
Jeez.
Well, the Pitbull song was actually probably the worst song I ever enjoyed, just because of the fact that it was catchy. It's so bad that it's good.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Yeah, right. That was terrible. Oh, God. I remember that one now. Why'd you remind me of that one?
Yeah. Bill Fitch
really needed those 2 seconds of a close-up. Yeah,
we did. We need some more Bill Fitch. We haven't got enough Bill Fitch in this.
No, we really
game.
Not,
yeah.
Yeah, somehow not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same for Bobby Jones. Somehow not in the Hall of Fame.
I know. Well,
look at that, Bob. Look at that. Larry Bird's so jealous of him. Look at that.
Yeah. He is
Wish he could dunk like Bobby Jones.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah, there's a clear career trajectory right now. And Larry Bird is on the way down after having a brief little period at the top of the college basketball world. But yeah, it really hasn't done in the NBA quite yet. Bobby Jones obviously arrow pointed as far up as possible. So yeah, it's I get why Bird's very jealous. So
I can understand.
He's looking at his own futility and wondering,
jealous of Bobby Jones's hair, jealous of his hops, jealous of his hustle, jealous of his swagger.
In here, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's understandable. I mean, it's still sad, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
I love this. If you listen close, you can hear like Billy Cunningham yelling from the sideline.
Yeah, I was wondering who that was. Yeah,
that man he has a yeller's voice. Like it is piercing. In fact, I think last March, back at that Bobby Jones statue thing, I was talking to him and Clint Richardson, and both of them were just like, yeah, like Billy would just turn down a bench and yell at us and just be like, Bobby, Clint. And that was it. And they just like run off the bench and start getting into the game. Didn't have to say anything else. There you go. Give up, Larry.
Lockdown. Look at this lockdown.
There you go. Yeah.
Wait, wow. That's the No, that happened earlier. Apparently, we just don't call. Is that like a new rule that like?
Now that one was travel. Like he slid and fell, and just stood back up. And
he did the Globetrotter thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they kept the dribble with the Globetrotters. He just flat out fell.
Yeah.
See, and both those calls have been on the Celtic side. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
To fix this in. That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean,
there you go.
The Archibald one was arguable. That one was inarguable, but now we're 2 for 2 here. And I don't know. We haven't had many makeup calls yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, apparently Auerbach has some pictures of one of the refs in a compromised position or something.
That alt ref, probably the alternate ref, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to get the alternate. Obviously, you got to get him in. He's the one checking the replays, so
it's Caucus.
Flying to see Caucus. Getting
a real tape flowing back and forth.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you imagine replaying this here?
Here it is. Here's the reel. Like, all right.
It's like, oh yeah, here's this blurry shape looking at here. Oh, okay. This blurry shape is here, and that goes there. Okay, well, call it a foul.
Oh. Also on the Philly bench, this is popped in my head. I saw on the sideline.
Balance their camera there, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah, Chuck Daly, right?
Yeah. The Philly bench, you got Chuck Daly and Jack McMahon as the assistant coaches, which is kind of unfair because Jack McMahon was a great coach and Chuck Daly would be a great coach as a great head coach. So
right. Wait, Daly wasn't with the Cavs yet?
Nope, he was a Sixers assistant, I think, through 82.
I thought did he coach the Cavs briefly and then get fired? I feel like he was on the Cavs for like 25 games or something.
Wow, yeah, it must be so quick. I don't even know about it.
Yeah, so 81, 82, he was at the Cavs. He went 9-32.
Okay.
So that didn't last.
It'll be the next year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he'd take a 1 year off and then go to Detroit, which was a much better move than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Was Lambeer on that Cavs team too, or
81, 82?
Probably.
Let me see. Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, let me find out for sure while I'm there.
Yes, he was.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Along with Paul McKeskey.
Whoa,
Yes.
what a
Yeah. That is.
Oh my God!
That is a
I think
duo.
this team has so many players. Yeah, it's one of those things where you scroll down, there's just a ton of guys, which means they were a horrible team. Like, they have like 30 guys on their roster. Jesus,
You know who's like that? A glorious team that has that kind of thing. The late 90s Orlando Magic. Like, look, the 99 Orlando Magic. It is beautiful. It's like 25 different players. You got like Gerald Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins.
Right. Coached by Chuck Daly, right?
Coached by Chuck Daly, yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm looking at this. So it's the 97-98 Orlando Magic they have Bo Outlaw, Mark Price, Darryl Armstrong, Derek Harper, Vernon Maxwell, David Benoit, Danny Shays, Gerald Wilkins, Blue Edwards, Kevin Ollie, Spud Webb,
the most beautiful roster.
What an unbelievable Tim Kempton for a few games. Like the 5 guys are there for like 4 games. Spud Webb's there for 4 games. Vernon Maxwell's there for 11 games. Like, that's the year Hardaway got hurt. I think we did an episode where we talked about this team.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
where we talked about Hardaway getting hurt and then just freaking out and just signing anybody that was a human being that had ever played basketball ever before.
Yeah,
you got to get some fans back in the seats, man.
Right. Yeah. And they were an okay team. Like they were. Were they about 500? Like 45 winish?
They were 41-41, exactly 500.
Okay.
So,
all right. So,
like all things considered, like you lost your all-star guard.
Right.
Spud Webb picked up the weight, though.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
David Benoit really
Yeah.
carried the mantle there.
That's like the recent Memphis year where they just picked up all these random dudes and still went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they lost
Stevenson.
But they went like 2-14 to end the season, though. I mean, but it wasn't quite as. It was amazing how many injuries they had, how many guys they had, but I wouldn't quite put it on the same level of impressiveness. They kind of slid into the playoffs.
B.J. Hairston.
Yeah.
B.J. Hairston era.
Yes, absolutely. Who can forget?
I can't like Curtis. The Sixers, they're starting to blow this a little. I don't know. I'm still confident, of course, in our Philadelphia 76ers.
Never lose confidence.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nope, never do that. Maybe if Lionel Hollins could make a shot, that would be helpful. But yeah.
Yeah, Lionel's not having a good game.
Yeah, hey, he does a nice little hustle play, though. I'll give him that. It's Tony time.
Nope, briefly.
No. I mean, it's the fourth quarter, so it's Tony time. Right. I mean, I do like the striped socks.
This is like the first time we've ever.
There we go.
The first time in the game we ever went down the clock. It's like they kept shooting it.
I know, yeah.
Second of the shot clock.
It was almost like, oh man, how long is the shot clock? I do love the 1 foot completely behind the line, like silky smooth jumper. It's like, I'm not going to take one step back. Forget it.
Yeah.
Too risky. I'll just stand on the line.
Right.
Well, he already had his feet set. Who cares where the line is?
Exactly right.
There you go. Right.
It's just so funny watching those now and just knowing like every one of these plays you just get like screamed at if you did any of these shots these days. So.
Yeah.
But I see that in pickup basketball. It gets on my damn nerves. Where like guys got their feet set and they're kind of straddling the 3-point line. They're like, oh, I want to get 3 points, and they step back. It's like, no, you don't have the skill to do that.
Right. Yeah, that's James Harden does that. You don't.
It's like just take the jumper where you're set, because you get unset trying to take the 3, it's bound to go off.
I'm very much a mid-range jumper guy in pickup games because it doesn't really mean all that. You know what I mean? Like you're playing to like 11 or 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
The one's fine. Like,
yeah.
Oh, more Steve Mix action.
There we go. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I will say this: when I post about Steve Mix on Sixers history, lot of engagement, they call it.
Okay. Really?
Okay. A lot of ladies, perhaps.
Yeah, the Sixers fans love their Steve Mix.
All right. Yeah. Nice. Well, I would not have necessarily expected that. It wouldn't have put him first in the list of the engagement.
Whoa.
But you never know who's going to be a cult fave in the fans' eyes. Maybe it's
Well, you know who else?
What's that?
Dana Barros.
Dana Barros, nice.
Really?
Talks about Dana Barros. The action lights up. People are just all about it.
I mean, I thought I know I do. I light up, but I didn't know anybody else did. Yeah.
I mean, he had that 95 season that.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that jumper.
Yeah.
Boston
Yeah.
loved the next contract
Beautiful.
they gave Dana Barris.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Yeah.
The Caldwell Jones play that just happened a little bit ago was awesome too. Like Archibald got a full on fast break, and Caldwell comes out of nowhere, and he's been awesome too. He's been all over the court.
Yeah.
And the thing too, there was a play earlier, I forgot to mention it, where they switched and he was on Archibald for like a few seconds and guarded him like perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Like even though, which is awesome to see. You know, as the original unicorn here, Caldwell Jones, is like positionless.
There you
Caldwell Jones. He's just like
exactly. Yeah. Just take anybody else on the court.
He's doing a great job defending down low. He's able to stop a fast break from Archibald.
Right.
He's able to switch onto him. It's just awesome to see.
He can take a dribble and make a hook. You know. He can do everything. Yeah.
Who dribbles that? Well,
yeah. It's just one dribble. Don't do any more than that, and it's not good. But
And this is the thing about these early 80s 76ers teams. More of a defensive team than offensive team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks don't realize that because you got the glamour of Dr. J, but Bobby Jones, Caldwell Jones, Mo Cheeks, Lionel Hollins, and even Dr. J, they're all at least above average defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're second in the league this year in defensive rating, 8th in offense.
There you go.
So yeah, exactly like you said.
No, give it up, Caldwell. There you go.
That's
Not your rank.
He's maybe not all the way the original unicorn. He definitely just passed that shot up.
Right. You know, he made the right call. We got Henderson's in the game. I did not make note of him before, but yeah.
Ooh.
McHale's got an interesting little, or that wasn't McHale. Who was that? Is that Roby?
Rick Roby.
That was Roby. Yeah, that was got a weird hitch in his shot.
What a He's the reason they're going to lose this game. I think I'm fully confident in saying that.
Yeah.
I'll say this: they're not giving Andrew Toney enough shots.
No, he's been every time he's gotten it, he's like throwing down these amazing jumpers, and then then he goes away for like 10 minutes. I don't know what's
right.
Well, he was a rookie this year. So.
Yeah, I guess
that's true.
Gotta earn your keep, kid.
Yeah. You got to let Lionel Hollins miss a bunch of shots, you know.
Some Earl Curitan action on the bench.
Or in action, yeah.
Earl Curitan action is
definitely not wearing his jersey underneath the warm-ups, right? Like he knows he's like there's no chance.
Yeah. No, it's not happening.
He's wearing his going out outfit.
Right. Yeah. I was not going to get dirty at least. So. Yeah.
What? They called a jump ball on that?
Oh, this game is
that's garbage.
Yeah.
Look at his hands all up inside of him.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
That's a perfect still shot.
Yeah, right there. It looks just MLS terrible. Annoying Celtics conspiracy. Yeah, this is garbage.
Yeah, this is bad.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Hey. Thank God.
That was Cheeks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Tony in? All right, well.
You tell him, Dick Stockton.
Oh, yeah.
What a stiff move.
Nothing better than indignant Billy Cunningham.
Yeah,
but it's like they almost figured out the cramped style of 80s spacing. Did they just say there's no place for all these stiff bodies or something along those lines?
Yeah,
Stockton was saying like there's just not enough room on the court.
Yeah, I think he was also talking about like guys falling outside with all the
sort of
stuff. I think he was less talking about the spacing of the floor, more like. Because like the board, I mean, especially in the Boston Garden where there was like no room for anything. So I think like on the side we're not seeing, like the scores table is like right up against the freaking like, and you could hear guys like bumping into people and stuff.
Oh yeah, Larry loved the diving over it to save some balls.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Or Dick Stockton was making he's the first blog boy. Dick Stockton. There's a space thing here. I wonder if there might be something to spacing the floor a little bit.
Put freaking Chris Ford in the corner.
Right.
Corner threes.
Yes.
Dick Stockton blog boy. I like that.
Yeah.
The real free narco. Real free narcos.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
Wow, behind the back.
Oh, nice. Oh.
He's taking on the whole freaking team.
Nice.
Oh, Robbie. Robert.
Oh, Roby.
Look at watch Emil Carr there. Did you see him?
Emil Carr's just Emil Carr's being a punk right there. Yeah.
I watched this fight earlier. It's actually pretty fun. So
yeah, Mix and Roby getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve thinks he's scared of Rick Roby.
Yeah.
Like the cops getting involved. Like there's not enough cops get involved these days. Like all right.
I was about to get into that.
All right, folks, nothing to see here. Break it up.
Yeah.
It happened with Westbrook and Beverly, but it recently reminded me of the 80s where it happened all the time. That cops actually had to get involved.
right.
That was an incredible pass. He literally took on the whole team and drew the whole team's attention.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Roby throwing that cheap shot.
Yeah. What the hell?
Why is the ref holding Steve Mix back?
Right, and then all the Celtics were there. Yeah. That's
an F-bomb about to drop
right there. Yeah. Now Steve's chill. Yeah.
All smiles. Look at that.
Everyone's good.
Except for Rick Roby.
Yeah.
On the bench where he
deserves. Yeah.
Unibrow? What the fuck?
Yeah, that did look unibrowish.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. All right, fourth quarter, boys.
There we go. Sixers in a bit of foul trouble.
Uh-oh. Not a good start. Not a good start.
No.
Not liking this.
The refs have done their part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Bobby.
Could have been a better pass.
It could have been. Hey, nobody's perfect. If Bobby just did whatever he wanted to every single time and just always made the shot or always dunked it or always made the right pass, it'd be boring for everybody else.
Yeah, that's why Will Chamberlain missed all those free throws.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Bird actually called the last 5 minutes of this game the most brutal basketball he has played. So I'm prepared for some real action.
Yeah, yes. No, I don't know if have you watched this game or know anything about it, Reinis? I mean, probably a little bit about it, but yeah, it goes minutes without a basket for a long amount of time too. I think the final few minutes of the game is just brutal rebounds, brutal defense. It's awesome. It's really, really fun to watch this.
Yeah,
I actually don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a totally different basketball game than what we're used to seeing these days.
Yeah, it is.
Or
earlier I said it was a very desperate game. It is desperation. Those guys are just fighting for every single ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's similar to that Game 5. I think it was Game 5, Celtics Lakers, the one where they were knocking each other out.
Oh, that was Game 7. Are you talking 2010?
No, I'm talking about mid 80s.
Oh, the 84 series.
84, yeah.
Yeah, that was either Game 4 or Game 5. I can't remember, but the one where Mikhail clotheslines Rambis.
Oh yeah,
I think it's Game 4, but
tiny. There you go.
Yeah, this is good desperate basketball. Game 7 in 2010 was terrible.
Right.
Oh god, that game was horrible. Yeah, I remember getting with all my buddies and watching it, and we were just sucks.
Which was worse?
She's about to pass out after another sprint.
Yeah. So, was that series? Was that Game 7 worse, or was the Pistons Spurs Game 7 worse?
Oof.
I think that one was worse, just because I think we were expecting more from Celtics Lakers in 2010.
Yeah, I think we knew our lot in life with Spurs. Yeah, it's we knew what it was going to be. It was going to be Aaron Williams and Rob Russia battle. Like we knew what we were going to get in that series. But yeah, I felt especially with the pomp and circumstance of it being Celtics Lakers Game 7, like the modern era, and there was so much talent on that floor, and then it just stunk. Yeah, it was just bad.
Yeah,
and
Kobe Bryant's finest moment.
Oh yeah, midway through the game, you start to realize that Kobe will paint this narrative of I try to turn my game to rebounding, and then he'll bring the whole story in full circle. God.
Oh, he did. Berg getting sloppy.
Yeah.
Notice how quickly they brought back Julius after that.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
Yeah, no.
Okay, see,
good God.
That's like finding $20 on the street.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on card. 19-footer. Like, come on.
Oh, nice.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Every inch of the rim on that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Cedric Maxwell has 18 points in this game. I don't remember. I remember like 2 points that he made. But like,
I was thinking the same thing. He actually might be the best garbage scorer in NBA's history. Like he made his whole game around that pretty much.
Like I don't remember any of those baskets.
And he's definitely up there.
Yeah, and he always shot an incredibly high percentage too.
Yeah, he's 9 of 12 in this game. Like, does anybody remember any like
They called a jump ball on that.
Oh, these are
Blue Cheeks robbed them. Oh, that was whatever. They got the ball.
Go to work.
They just love jump balls back then.
Oh, get that, Bobby.
Oh, I thought he made it.
Bobby.
Foul though. Yeah.
Bobby.
Dawkins and
He should really
Bergen.
start dunking a lot more. I think it's one of those.
Yeah. Running and dunking is really,
right.
He was good at a lot of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, he tries to bring it down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just kind of shorted that one. Again, he can't dominate too much, or else it's not for everybody else. But
it ruined the sport if he played to his full potential.
That's true. It would. Nice.
He said, "Like, are you going to come closer?" And then he didn't. And then he just ran by. Just laid it up.
Are you really going to guard me with this white guy?
Yeah, he's like,
white rook.
Yeah,
this guy.
Yeah,
I'm Dr. Freaking J.
Yeah.
That's
Let's get a replay on that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Get that real film.
Yeah.
It'd have to be like a day and a half later. They'd have to review it.
Right. Yeah.
There, we got the Betamax, fellas. This replay.
Something I did notice is this thing, and Curtis won't be happy. 35 free throws for Boston for the game, 15 for Philly.
That's some home cooking right there.
That is, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're not going to get a replay on that because they know how bad it was and they don't want to.
You get a foul on this one, you got free throws. Bobby Jones got fouled trying to tip it in.
Yeah, it wasn't a shooting foul for some reason, even though it was clearly a shooting foul. But
Stern is already the head attorney for the NBA at this point, right?
Right. Stern? I believe so, yeah. I mean, he was definitely involved in the NBA. I forget his role, but yeah. He might have been vice commissioner at this point, but yeah.
Yeah, he was. Because they showed Larry O'Brien earlier. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, he was commissioner, but I think Stern was like vice commissioner, or he was he was an official, with the NBA at that point, yeah.
Oh, he definitely was.
Yeah. I don't know if he was still the attorney or if he had another role, but yes, but he was there, waiting in the wings. Perhaps the power behind the throne?
I think that might be safe to say at this point.
Yeah.
They really should rename the NBA trophy. Like, it's pretty consensus that Larry O'Brien was easily the worst commissioner of the NBA.
Right.
Yeah, he's got the trophy named after him.
Was he the worst? I mean,
no, he's the worst.
I mean, there's Kennedy. I don't know.
It's Podoloff, Kennedy, O'Brien, Stern.
Right. Stern. Yeah.
Silver. O'Brien's easily the worst.
Was he worse than Kennedy, though? I mean, Kennedy wasn't exactly, great shakes as a commissioner. I mean, O'Brien got a TV deal and, got the collective bargaining agreement, got a few things going. I mean, I'm not arguing strongly in favor of this or anything, but I'm not sure. I don't know what you would give Kennedy that would absolutely put him ahead of O'Brien. Maybe just the lows weren't as bad.
Well, see, I feel like all that good stuff was the good stuff that happened seemed to be more David Stern. It's like, like it's not O'Brien's fault, but like he had the ABA around, he had to get the merger done, and David Stern was the lead negotiator on getting the merger done.
Yeah,
like he was the league's attorney. So
well, I mean, I guess you kind of have to give credit. I mean, you still, even though maybe Stern was directly involved, I think you still have to. I mean, O'Brien was the commissioner. He's kind of the guy responsible in a certain extent. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you parse credit and blame in that. I'm just saying I don't know what Kennedy did that was so great that we're gonna necessarily put him above Larry O'Brien. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know what? They still need to rename that trophy.
All right, fair enough.
We'll just leave it at that.
I bet they'll rename it.
I don't want to really name it after David Stern, though. Can we please not do that?
Yeah.
No.
But I think that will happen when he passes away eventually.
Or when they'll give him some honor.
Yeah,
maybe before he passes away.
I like the idea of
don't know.
stripping Larry O'Brien and just giving it to David Stern. Like, he's dead too. He won't remember. Who cares? Like,
Ooh, some Doobie Brothers.
yeah, I was gonna say we've lost the tape to Cool in the game. We've moved on to Doobie. It's fine.
Yeah, it's nice.
I love the idea that like the scores table had to hold up like a stick with a number on it to indicate how many fouls these guys had, which I just find fascinating. I don't know if you guys saw that. They had to like point, and the guy was like, 5. Like, oh, the good old days.
I don't know, but that's that's something that I think is pretty good because like you ain't got the jumbotron in there, and like players aren't looking up at it, bitching about.
They
foul.
always are having to do that. Yeah, the sidetron, like if they don't, because some arenas don't have the one on the side, and then it's really hard to like look up at the big one on top of the court. So
right,
but I think that's like to a bigger point though too. Is like the play just keeps on moving, whereas now like guys kind of just look and stare at the replay.
Yeah,
it's like it stay pissed off at what happened.
Yeah, actually, Curtis, that it just changed when you have that replay up there. It just changes the way you react and changes the way you kind of just a continuous motion.
Yeah, you start dwelling on it. This is like, well, all right, it happened. Let's keep playing.
I mean, that's always kind of been my argument against like the instant replay the way they do it now with the referees being it. I would just rather, even if calls are going to be wrong, I would just rather not have to have the interruptions and just play on and just continue the pace of the game rather than have the constant interruptions. It's a different thing, but I think it's a similar reasoning.
Yeah, I'm with you. Or just have like a third party just do it and just call down to them and say, yeah, no, it's good, it's not good, or whatever. Yeah, yes. The idea of like stand around and hold a headset is like, what are we doing? Like,
right.
Turn the TV monitor around. I got to look at this.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
I just feel like it's not worth what that all takes to. I know sometimes you're going to get a call right versus not get it right, but I would just rather in the aggregate. I think you're better off not having it, even if you're going to miss some calls here and there.
Well, what you've caused, and the NFL found this out too, and they're still kind of finding out. I don't watch much football games, but every time I do, is like, because they review like every fucking touchdown now. So like, you can never celebrate a touchdown. Like, you're like, we scored, I think. Let's find out. Yeah, we did. Like, after 5 minutes, we did. Yeah. And it's just like, it's never the same. It'd be like after every 3-pointer, they're like, hold on. And they do that. It's like, oh, well, it's the end of the game. So let's make sure that 3 was actually a 3. And it's like, well, just let us celebrate the 3 for like, a little bit. It's just, it's silly sometimes.
And I'll always be the one to remind everyone that they might have robbed San Antonio of a title that time where they just had to take a look whether Ray Allen was behind the line and they slowed down their transition opportunity.
That's right. Yeah.
Because that was like so exciting when Allen hit the shot. It's like, oh shit, like excitement. And then it's like, all right,
stop.
Like 2 minutes of review.
Now let's watch the back of 2 referees' heads as they hold their hands on their hips and watch the monitor.
So bring back the wooden stick with a foul number.
Exactly.
Get rid of the replay.
Bring back the wooden stick.
Take these fucking jumbotrons out. Get them out of here. Yeah. No purpose for them. I don't know what they're even there for.
Is that Jimmy Rogers? Is that Jimmy Rogers on the bench there?
Who?
Jimmy Rogers, the assistant coach.
Jimmy.
I believe it is.
To be honest, I don't think I know what Jimmy Rogers looks like.
I mean, he has like
signature hair.
Yeah, and he's got very curly hair and kind of longer. And it was when he was coach, it was grayer than it was, or maybe more silver than it is there. I mean, he's definitely graying there, but
all I know is that he briefly coached the Celtics, but I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Well, thank God this game isn't in HD with all those ugly Celtics mugs.
See, obviously,
in NFL,
go ahead.
I'll say the NFL, they prematurely celebrate, but I think the Sixers got this one in the bag.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, no,
Absolutely. Oh, yeah,
I think they're up by 5 or 6 points right now.
they're definitely wheeling in the champagne and everything's. Yeah, we're ready here.
Yep.
The refs can keep on giving free throws to the Celtics, but won't change a thing. But notice, this is like the 8th free throw they've attempted this quarter.
Especially in this fourth quarter. Yeah, this fourth quarter's been filled with Boston free throws.
Yeah.
Weird.
And it's not like Philly is driving to the hole a lot less than Boston is.
No.
Yeah. By the way, I can confirm that is Jimmy Rogers. So
there you go.
Or at least he was an assistant coach in the team, so it stands to reason the guy who looks vaguely like Jimmy Rogers is Jimmy Rogers. So
myth confirmed.
Yes.
They called a travel.
He didn't have possession. This is unbelievable. This is ridiculous.
He hit the ball.
I don't believe anything in NBA history anymore after this point. Like from this point on, that's a trail. He doesn't have any possession. Okay. That's malarkey. This is malarkey.
It is malarkey. It is high malarkey.
Everything after this point is all false because nothing.
Yeah.
5 minutes, 49 seconds left in the game. Everything afterwards, BS.
Yeah. Right.
The rest of NBA history is false.
Surprised they didn't call it travel on that.
If somehow the Sixers are robbed of this game, we're going to retroactively call them the 1981 NBA champions. Dr. J gets his. Well, I guess this would be his fourth title because he won in 77 and 74 and 76. So
he takes his rightful place as the NBA's all-time winner.
Yeah, sure, right. One of the greats. I mean, he's already one of the greats, but even greater of the greats. In the esteem of many.
Caldwell's just.
Oh my God!
Missed that
Bobby's so open. Oh God!
Wide open.
Space, move.
At least he's controlling the board.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's had a good game.
I'm also a huge fan of the camera has to shoot the clock and then embed it into the TV. Like, I love the idea, like camera
picture.
the clock.
Yeah.
Just like that guy's job now is get the clock. Like
that was a
that was a foul. I think.
Yeah, that was a foul.
That one,
we'll give that one. Yeah. Well, you're not going to take Cedric down without giving him a hard foul.
It was the rubber band, man. I think
Bird checking back in.
Yeah. I guess give that boom a try. See how he does. I mean, I would have kept ML Carr personally, but what do I know?
When you have the both top draft picks from that draft and Roby and Bird, you give one of them a chance.
Right, exactly.
It's true. That's a fair point.
They really stacked up with that draft. To be fair,
yeah. I mean, Roby's already had his time to shine. It has been Roby time, and now Roby time can't last forever. As much as we wish it could. Oh,
huge one.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's easy to speak in hindsight, but I don't think Lionel Hollins should have been in at this point, given how he played.
Yeah. They took Andrew Toney out for him.
Yeah.
Ooh, double team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not a good decision.
No. And a foul.
Oh,
everyone just keeps hitting the stanchion under the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caldwell Jones has one foul after he has grabbed every possible rebound and attempted to block every shot. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did half the league not break their necks on the back of their head every time? You just see the crumpled mass of this, Archibald just that's
Had there ever been any injury like that kind of before Paul George in the NBA world?
I don't remember a ton, really. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah. More just guys avoiding it more than anything. Yeah, like Paul George trying to avoid it. But yeah, I don't recall any guy that really ran into it and got hurt all that much.
The only other thing I can remember close to it is when Chris Paul fell into the camera guys. But
that's right. Yeah,
that's how he screwed up his knee.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
There was one guy in Europe who was mad about a call, and he just used his head to punch the stanchion, and it turned out that the stanchion was made of cement or something, and he got paralyzed. So that's the worst, the one I know.
Yeah, don't headbutt the stanchion.
Yeah, headbutt was the word I was looking for.
Ugh.
So I was counting the former ABA guys. I think there's just 4. It's because we got Doc, obviously, Caldwell Jones, Bobby Jones, and Melcar. Am I missing any here? Do we have a?
That sounds good for players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Rick Roby would have been allowed in the ABA. He's too white.
Right. He's too lame. He's too lame though.
Yeah.
Did you mention ML Carr?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, he was one of the 4. Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, Daryl, throw that down, buddy.
Oh.
How the hell do the Boston Celtics keep breaking away?
Oh, that's a great travel ball. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bill Bob's too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But now Robert Parrish swatted this shit. Damn.
Yeah. Finally, a successful block by Parrish after 60 goaltends.
Right. Sure, he's given up 70 points in this game on his own.
Yeah.
But,
Hey.
It's all worth it for that one.
All right. I think this is where the game enters the dead zone.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people falling down for the next 4 or 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
Like 5 turnovers straight for Philly.
Yeah.
Wow, Larry tried to get all of that.
Yeah.
he really did. Who's he trying to go over here? Let's see.
Was it Caldwell?
Caldwell, yeah, he's trying to.
Yeah.
Caldwell and Dr. J. That would have been something, man.
Yeah.
Just swinging some big nuts there by old Larry, but it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, I don't think the basketball universe could have allowed that.
No.
Yeah, Larry would have ascended to heaven if he had made that dunk.
Yes.
Oh, we get a lot of replays of this. Weird.
Right. It is weird.
Such production value.
Yeah.
Bobby Jones throws down 4 or 5, just amazing. This Larry Bird guy, he's a choker. He gets to the NCAA finals. He can't do it with the Sycamore, with the loaded Indiana State Sycamores. Now he's here.
No. Yeah. Practically a dynasty, the Sycamores. Yet he could not.
This is what else has got them to win this game? The 3 to make 2.
Oh,
I was wondering.
Right.
I was wondering. I thought I blacked out. I've had a lot of because I was wondering. Cedric Maxwell did 3. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I thought he already shot one. So
was this the last year of that?
I can't remember when they got rid of it. But
I think this might have been the last year of that, actually.
What a terrible idea.
I never understood why they thought that was a good idea.
I don't understand. Oh, shut up, Boston. You assholes. Calling a travel on Dr. J. Get out of here.
Come on. Ridiculous.
I'm sure there's nothing racially charged at all being yelled to the crowd right now.
And yes, the next year was the this was the last year of that rule. They got rid of it.
Enough for the Celtics to just to get advantage of it, and then they decided we don't need it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Can they get a freaking good shot at all?
No. I'm telling you, man. No good shots are coming.
That would have been a foul in Philly.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like the super zoom, too. We got
what is happening?
The camera, because they don't want to cut away, so the camera that's super close up, they're just like, dude, you're the guy.
Those were some amazing 15 seconds.
Yeah.
What was up with that zoom? I will see that again.
They cut to the guy. Well, they cut to the guy, and then just so much shit was happening, they didn't want to cut away to go to miss the shot or whatever. So they just stayed on that dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Look at that. It's like they got oil in their hands. They can't hold on to the ball.
Some other notable things about 1981 season. This was the expansion year for the Mavericks. This is also where the basically the geographical realignment that we're used to, it took place. The Bucks and Bulls went to the east, and the Spurs and Rockets went west. We've already talked about, of course, the Rockets Kings Western Finals, where both teams had losing record. Final seasons for Rudy Tomjanovich, Wes Unseld, and JoJo White.
Oh,
JoJo.
Yeah. You played with the Kings that year? Is that
Kings or the Warriors?
Warriors. Yeah, Warriors, I think. Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Jim Spanarkel, leader of the first Mavericks team.
Yes.
I love getting white guys in these episodes.
You do love that.
You got to write
the random mic.
like the official the log of every horrendous white player that's ever
every white player you ever forgot to play in the
NBA. Judging by Curtis's engagement on the Sixers history Twitter, I think your book's going to sell pretty well. So
yeah, there you go.
I will ask Curtis to write the forward.
Like Steve Nicks made an All-Star game.
No.
No. I mean, he's benefiting from it, but he's not just there because of it. You know?
Yeah. But no, there's definitely a market for Paul McKeskey material.
Oh, yeah.
Talk, take the shot, dude. No.
By the way, JoJo played 13 games with the Kings in the 81 season. So, although I don't believe in the playoffs.
Never knew that.
Damn, that was a good bank shot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, jerk. Maybe he was good.
Yeah,
Maybe he was good.
Maybe he's all right. Fine.
I contend that this Larry guy might be all right.
That was a good pull-up.
Yeah.
Last detail from the book.
That was Sam Jones worthy bank shot right there.
That was some Sam Jones action right there.
Yeah.
He claimed in the book that he hated bank shots, but for whatever reason he decided to take one in this situation, and he doesn't know why to this day.
Well, I guess that one shouldn't count then.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
89.
I mean, take it, you know.
Wonder if Bob Ryan would have liked joining us for this episode.
Well, probably our hostility to Boston, he probably would not have cared for that, but, you know.
Yeah, we may have been a little less. It would have been a nice balance, though, because maybe he'd give it back to us. You know?
Exactly, yes. So
what
was that?
So he's really spooked. I don't know if you've been like Jay. He's really spooked by these double teams. Like anytime he gets double teamed, he just freaks out and he just wildly passes every single time, which is kind of surprising. You'd think he'd be able to kind of handle that. I'm sure it's happened many times in his life, but boy,
give it to Bobby.
Yeah.
Mo.
At least he got the foul.
Yeah, he got the foul.
Yeah.
And what an exaggerated call by the ref.
Yeah, he wanted that.
No, I love that back in the day. The refs foul calls.
Yeah.
Put the groin in that. Yeah.
He put the groin in that one for sure. Yes.
Wow, that was a clear replay.
That's the thing.
No clear replays for the Sixers.
Hey, you see right here, Mo Cheeks got frozen in time.
All right, Mo Cheeks has died, so that's unfortunate, but.
Our first injury.
Yeah, maybe we finally have.
Geez, yeah, he's still done.
No, we're good. Okay.
Give him some smelling salts.
Just
a little concussion. Just a little concussion. He's fine.
Just a little white. Yeah.
Just got his bell rung. It's good. Smelling salts. He's back.
Yeah.
Get back up there and bang your head on the floor a few more times. Yeah. He's fine.
Yeah.
Well, he did keep rolling, so
a little bit more.
Yeah, it's true.
Say that Mo Cheeks not one to act though.
No. I'm sure it was legit.
Still should have passed it to Bobby though. He'd have finished that one.
That would have. Yeah.
You got to do Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, just like toss it up there, let him one hand it, throw it down. You know what I mean? Throw it off the backboard would have been a good option too, but you know.
Yeah.
All these great options. With the imagination left in Game 7 that he just didn't do. So.
Yeah. Well, he's a young player, pressure moment, you know.
Yeah, it's also the weird spacing thing where you kind of take for granted how because now those guys would be so spread out.
Oh,
Jones is inches away from him, as they're coming down.
That was rough.
I say this is stupid. That was 2 free throws.
It's a terrible play. It's a terrible thing.
How come he didn't get 3? How come he didn't get 3 to make 2?
Yeah, there were weird rules in that. Go ahead, Reinis.
I think there was some special bonus, right? It started from 7 fouls in a quarter or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know the exact rules, but it was something where it was after a certain number of fouls. I would have assumed it was also last 2 minutes, but I guess not.
Oh yeah.
Got a timeout. One more shot.
What bothers me is that actually Philadelphia seems so much deeper. Like Boston is closing this game with Emil Carr on the floor.
Right.
They have,
Well,
like,
I think Maxwell
quality guys.
I think they mentioned him the last time out that Maxwell was hurt or something.
Okay.
I think, or they just thought Emil Carr was a good, solid veteran hand or whatever, so they probably wanted him in there. So
He'll make the right play.
Yeah. Well, Carr was actually a pretty good player at this point. He did not become kind of the joke until a couple years later. So it wasn't quite as weird for him to be in there at this point. But yeah, the Sixers only played like 7 guys in this game, or 8 guys with Steve mixed with 8 minutes. But they, where the Celtics spread things around a little bit more, had a little bit of a deeper roster. Although, if you were looking at it based just kind of on an eyeball of what I would think the talent would be at the time, I would go with the Sixers. But some of the role player guys on the Celtics obviously were pretty good too.
All right, we got 1 second here. Who we give the shot to? Mix, I'm assuming. It's Mix down low.
Yes.
Quick turnaround. Recreate the Christian Leitner shot.
Probably give it to Hollins, but it's,
he's due. He's definitely due.
Yeah.
Play the match.
He's only 1 for 9 in the game, I'm sure.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
Probability says, you can't fail that many times. He's too good of a player to fail,
exactly.
10 times.
Yeah. Right. Surprise everybody. Give it to Dawkins, Just
I love that pronunciation. Y'all hear how Billy Cunningham said Holland's name? He was like, Lionel.
Lionel. He's probably a big train guy. Huge train fan.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce the trains, right? The model trains. I'm the only model train guy here? Okay, that's fine. I get it. Cool.
All right. Sorry.
We can't help you on that.
That's fine. Yeah, okay. That's cool.
We'll have to do the research on the free to make 2 thing, because I'm looking at it and it seems like it includes fouls made in the act of shooting,
He was definitely trying to
miss in brackets.
There's just some way to get the Celtics extra shots. Like, 3 to make 2, and everyone's like, all right, I guess that's the rule. Like, all right, here it is. Nope, we're going to the other side. Okay, not that side.
Right,
that's stupid.
Go to the side.
That side of the court's stupid. We're not going over.
He's
there.
like,
People on that side.
Move everybody out. Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, not a great play.
No. Well, it was a good attempt. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Because you can throw an alley-oop, or can you not throw an alley-oop from?
You can throw an alley-oop.
Okay. I don't know, was that what they were going for there?
You can get tip in, or alley-oop or tip in, I think.
And somebody gave Bird a trucker's hat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when in Rome.
And now it's quickly gone.
Yeah. Everybody's jumping around like they do in Boston.
Can you imagine doing that these days? It'd be incredible to like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I guess still do it in college, but
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, a fun game, certainly exciting, certainly intense. As we talked about, the end is more a war of attrition, but it's certainly very fun.
I have the feeling that we just found out something and that Philly was robbed of a free throw. I'm like 5% certain that it is a fact.
Yeah, right.
It's a little weird. Yeah, was that not a shooting foul? Was that what they said, or
like how could it not be a shooting foul?
Yeah. Or, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is that they had not reached the limit of number of fouls.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Oh, yeah. That went off the backboard. Yeah.
Bobby, the throw it.
Not
wow,
good.
that was a terrible throw.
Irving was open 200. I don't know how they got Julius fucking Irving open underneath the basket here, but I don't know about you guys. Excited for 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. This Houston Rockets Boston Celtics game. I'm like,
oh yeah,
it's a horrible tape delay at like 10:30 at night, but on a Tuesday, it's good.
We'll stay up. We'll stay up for it. It'll be okay. So I'm sure Moses Malone, you can come and deliver, and can overcome the Celtics.
Asking Mike Dunleavy.
Sure.
32. He's still hanging around too, I think.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Calvin Murphy coming off 42 points. I'm sure he'll play a lot in the series, and he'll continue the scoring binge.
And don't forget the Whopper, Billy Paltz, my last white guy shout out.
Yes.
Hey, Billy Paltz was key that playoff year.
Oh yeah. ABA year.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I don't know about this coaching decision. Like Lionel Hollins, 1 for 9. Andrew Toney, 4 for 9.
Yeah. Well, most coaches are going to go with the vet there, so that's just the way. That's the way it is, unfortunately. So, as we close, I guess. So, one thing I was going to bring up is where. I don't want to rank them, but I want to just kind of talk about some of the games that we sort of, this is obviously considered one of the greatest all-time NBA, ABA games of all time. What are some of the games that are on our lists, and and maybe some games that maybe in the distant past where there's no video footage that we really would like to see? So I thought maybe we'd close with talk about that for a few minutes, if you guys are up for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one that I can definitely mention off the top of my head is it was mentioned a few times here because I remember watching it like live. Is that Heat Spurs game from the finals, the game 6, the one where Ray Allen makes a comeback or whatnot. Just an incredible game, and followed up by an awesome game 7 as well. So those kind of two I do remember pretty vividly because I remember just watching them live and all that sort of stuff. Also, the Jazz Bulls in '98, obviously the game 6 there, the final shot, if we ignore the Jordan, the Wizards era, is one that always stands out to me. And those are ones that I remember watching live and I remember kind of taking in the moments as well, which is always a little bit different than going back and watching games and knowing sort of the result of what's going to happen. Those are two that I vividly remember sitting down on my couch, on my floor, whatever, watching those. So those always have kind of a special part in my mind.
I'm going to go real old school, because it's me. But also today is Bob Pettit's birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bob Pettit.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, I go with
Tiny Archibald. Give him an Instagram shout out.
Not to my knowledge.
The night is young, boys. The night is young.
Fair enough.
But I'll go with
for a photo.
I go with the 57 finals because they had the 2 double overtime games, each decided by 2 points. Game 1 where the St. Louis Hawks beat the Celtics by 2 in double overtime, and then Game 7 where Boston beat the Hawks by 2 in double overtime. That'd be good to actually see like the actual footage of what happened in those games. Because you got to think it's kind of like this Celtics Sixers game we just watched. Just a lot of tenseness since it was double overtime with each one.
Well, I'm always dreaming of the stuff we haven't gotten to see, and for whatever reason, I don't think that it actually would be so watchable if there was actual footage, and probably the basketball would be pretty careless. But I've always thought of the Denver Rockets Washington Capitals series where Rick Barry and Spencer Haywood, on the other hand, just don't have that much help, and they're pretty much like scoring 40 every game. I would have loved to see how that looked.
Yeah, the 88 sort of similar thing that Rich was talking about, where that was a real formative game in when I first became an NBA fan in the 88 finals with the Pistons and the Lakers, and that was obviously an exciting finish, even if the Pistons may have gotten screwed at that time. But I was very happy as a Lakers fan at the time, as a big Kareem fan at the time. So. That one stands out to me as well. The 57 finals that Curtis talked about, that's definitely one that I definitely did probably the top one on my list of games that I would love to have a chance to see that we don't have footage of, and unfortunately probably won't have footage of, but cool. Well, obviously there's a lot of classic ones out there. If anyone wants to give us give us any kind of feedback, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at Over and Back NBA. And we'll also, you can find us at the Step Back at Fansided, and you can leave us a rating, a review, and everything on iTunes. Curtis, you want to mention anything that you'd like to plug?
None in particular. I guess at this point, go look at Sixers history on Instagram and Twitter. That's basically where all my my popular production is these days, is on that site. And I got a lot of academic stuff I'm working on, but that won't be coming out for a couple of years. So I'll let you know when that happens. But in the meantime, just follow Sixers history. That's where you see most of my stuff now.
And Reinis?
Well, I think we should give Curtis a chance to shine because we did receive one comment on Twitter, or I think we did have a question about what it felt like to play at the Spectrum, or did I daydream that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good question. We had one Twitter question about just looking overall, and that would be a good one for Curtis in terms of obviously, Madison Square Garden, Old Boston Garden, Chicago Spectrum, we're kind of considered, one of the great basketball arenas. Where do you kind of think the Spectrum fits in that? And like anything that you've done in your research or guys you've talked to about what it was like to play there?
Well, I should preface all this by saying I've never been to the Spectrum and I never will go to the Spectrum because it doesn't exist anymore. But when it was around, it actually, let me back up. It was finished in 1968 or for the 68 season. And so it was kind of like on like the new wave of basketball arenas at that point. It was like the Spectrum and Great Western Forum were like the brand new like avant-garde sports stadiums. So it was like kind of got like cutting edge when it was first built. And it really attained an aura, I would say, really in the late 70s, because unfortunately the Sixers did not win the 68 title, despite what I said earlier. And then they had like that awful 9-73 season just a few years later. But it really got popping like in the late 70s with George McGinnis, Julius Erving. Then, you get Bobby and Mo Cheeks and all these other guys and all the finals appearances. And the Philly fans really love basketball. Like that is one of the basketball cities in the U.S. So a great arena, great fans. When you had those great teams, like the place was really rocking. So I think it does belong up with Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden. And on a personal note, I wish they had kept the arena. Like, obviously, it was kind of old, could have done some renovations, but I wish they would have kept it because that would have kept up some of just the historic nature of what was going on or what had happened in that building. But yeah, no, definitely. I just encourage people to go look on YouTube for old games of the Sixers from the 70s, 80s, early 90s, and you'll see a crowd that was just energetic. It's really one of the best arenas to play basketball in.
So, Reinis, anything you'd like to let our listeners know about?
Well, actually, other responsibilities have taken away much of my time that I've been able to dedicate to basketball history. But I have some plans for certain articles. I'd like to continue something I did with the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar article, which seems like a year ago, probably a series of fact or myth to test out things that were spoken about during a day where, advanced stats didn't exist. So I don't know. I think that could be interesting for people who haven't seen. I went through a whole postseason of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhooks, and actually the result was pretty damn impressive. And he was so good at it that the shot actually holds up, especially with the amount of shots he took per game. So I have a couple of ideas like that, but I honestly don't know when I will complete them. But other than that, I'll keep releasing some podcast episodes here and there with certain guys from the NBA's history or the ABA's history.
Yeah, those are always fun. The Handle podcast, always a good listen. And, of course, you have your YouTube channel, the Marmatic, the old a lot of good old games, a lot of good footage there. And Curtis, of course, your past work is at prohoopshistory.com. Most listeners know that, but we'd like to give the reminder just in case. So,
as well as Sixers history.
Oh, yes, and Sixers history, of course, as you mentioned. So, Rich, anything else I should mention, or are we good to go?
I think we're good. Yeah, it's been yet another great little Christmas holiday episode that we've had here. I always enjoy this, and I can't wait to do it again next year. It's a great one of the great traditions that we do with the show. So I cannot wait to talk to all you guys next year at the same time.
Awesome. I feel the same way. Thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate Reinis and Curtis being on the show. We appreciate all the listeners out there. We do it for you, so hopefully you're enjoying it and keep on listening. So we'll talk to you soon, and have a good one.